What's good, y'all? Welcome back. Today's going to be an in-depth, useful video and a complete guide on how to run ads for your dealership. I'm literally going to take y'all from step 1 all the way to step Z, complete tutorial on how to do every single step that when it comes to actually generating leads, how to actually booking them in, how to actually have them show up with automated follow-up sequence specifically for you. So the complete ultimate guide on how to run ads for your dealership, we're going to go through every single step, what some dealerships actually do and what you should not do. Beforehand, let me just actually hop into some of my testimonials that I have for some of my clients. So you can see right here, I was speaking to my client Jordan, and through implementing this simple process for him, look at the results that we're able to generate for him. So we were able to get him 120 leads, 15 of them were duds. They had some financial issues, 21 actually deals in place, so 21 actual sales, 84 is still in play, meaning we're still doing some follow-up, still nurturing them so we can actually help them close. And like you can see right here, we can definitely close over half of them in the next 3 months because we're still warming them up with the content that we're constantly putting on his social media that I've discussed multiple times, as well as some follow-up nurturing sequence that we have implemented with AI. You can also see right here that I was actually able to generate another one of my clients 37 leads in just 1 week, right? This was just the week had just started. We were able to generate 37 leads. I think eight of them were actually sales. So 8 out of 37, you can do the math on the percentage of that. And so 13 or more that can actually still be converted into sales. So we had just basically run some simple ads, and it was a down payment offer like he had said right here. I'm gonna get into exactly how that works, exactly step by step how to set every single thing up right here so you can actually start generating these results for yourself. Now, I want to tell you something. You cannot expect these same results when you had just started out, because these results, it took me and the team actually a long time to come up with specific offers that actually work for every single brand. So what I'm about to tell you is the structure that you should be following, right? You have to change some things up depending on your dealership, depending on if you're a salesman, depending on what offers you can run and what offers you can't. But these are some of the results that we're actually able to get some of our actual clients using this whole in-depth system that you're seeing right here. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. So first of all, I want to talk about how most dealerships actually run ads, right? This is very important because this is probably what you've done or what you might be doing if you didn't see this video. So basically what happens is you might hear about advertising, whether it's from social media. You might have had somebody actually reach out to you, and you do one of the following. So either boost a post thinking it's an ad because Facebook recommends it to you, so you might see click boost a post and you might click it, and what ends up happening is you boost this post and it might bring in some viewers to your post or that your profile. And the problem is this is not an actual ad. This is just to get your post in front of people that are already interested or already follow you, which is completely useless when it comes to actually running some type of advertising. Or what you can do is run a basic ad where you might take a picture of a car you might have, some inventory, whatever the case may be, and you might run an ad to get people specifically to go to your website or to get people to actually purchase the car that you're actually advertising in the ad, which are both horrible because if you're advertising a single car, once that car sells, the ad is useless. Also, there's no incentive. There's nothing unique about the ad. It's just a vehicle, and you can just there's no reason to even really be wasting money to advertise one specific vehicle. And if you are sending them over to your website where you're just having them click view more or view more details and send them over to your website, what's going to end up happening is most people go to your website, get lost, look at the prices, and just completely change their mind, and that ends up basically leading to no results. Now, after you get no results, what usually happens is you tell yourself ads suck, and you never actually figure out how to use them, and you go back to your old ways and never actually try to master ads. So if you have done this, or this has happened to you, or you might think this might happen to you, this is the perfect video for you because I'm going to completely change your mind about how ad works. I'm going to explain exactly how they work because this is not how an ad should be ran. So how dealerships should actually run their ads. First of all, you hear about advertising, so you might have heard about it, or you might actually be interested in it and you want to take that step forward, right? You might have watched one of my reels or watched anybody else and said, I want to learn about this advertising because I've heard about it a lot and I want to know exactly what it does and how it works. So you do your research, and this is amazing because if you're doing your research, you're on this video, which is perfect because after this video, you're not going to need to watch any more advertising videos, how to run any type of ads ever again. You're going to have everything set up. You just need to come back to this video and rewatch certain parts so you can actually understand it maybe a bit better. Or if you want to watch certain parts, you can know exactly what to write and what to do on your ads if you're having problems with them. Now, let's assume you do your research, right? You want to create your first Facebook and Instagram ad. Now, once you go to your Meta Ads Manager, you have to create an ad account, which is very simple. You literally just click Add Account and you create it. You want to create a simple ad, but an effective one. So let me show you some examples of some of the ads we've actually ran for people exactly like this, same format. These are the exact same ads that we've used. So I want you to look at these ads and really understand these are not just some random ads that we put together. These actually consist of 3 things. And these are, if your ads don't consist of these 3 things, your ad is completely useless. The most important thing is an offer, right? So you can tell right here, we did a $200 off offer, which basically means you're offering an incentive for the person to actually want to click the ad. Because if you don't offer an incentive and you're just posting a regular vehicle or regular inventory, what's going to end up happening is you're just going to be regular ads and they're just going to scroll right past it. There's nothing unique about it. So you want to have some type of offer. If your ad was shot by a professional, he literally filmed the best ad, but you don't have an offer, nobody's going to click on it. So don't even bother worrying about your pictures, the copyright, if your offer is not dialed in. So you want to have an amazing offer. So it can be something like $250 off down payment, $250 off trade-in. You can offer some type of sale for some type of event for Christmas, summer sale, whatever. You want to have some type of offer that the person is reading it and it's like, all right, I'm already looking to purchase. This is the little push that I needed to complete my purchase. This $500 off trade-in is really going to be useful because I'm already looking to get a car, but this dealership offers it with $500 off trade-in. So that's what the offer should be like. Now, after the offer is obviously the creative, because your creative is the first thing that they see. The offer is important once they see your ad, but the creative is the first thing they see. So you want to have a creative, which basically means, if you don't know what that means, just a picture on your ad. So these are creatives right here. Your creative is going to be some type of picture. You can do a picture of your dealership, picture of your car, a picture of you and the staff. All these work, right? Creative is not that important, but you still want to have some type of effort put into it. Because if your creative is absolutely horrible, nobody will ever click on it. Also, you want to have some type of banner or some type of bright color that will actually grab your audience's attention. You can see right here, a yellow banner, red banner. These are all things that are going to catch your audience attention when they're scrolling past. They're going to try to read what it says, especially when they see $200 off. They're going to be interested to see what exactly it is. Now, after they see what it is, they see the offer and they see the creative. That's where you want to have your copyright, which is basically the little font, the little text you're going to have here. Now, this part is important, but not one of the most important parts. It's the least important one, but it doesn't mean it's completely useless. You want to have this discuss some things about your dealership, so your warranties, your financing, all that stuff you want to discuss in the description. Don't make it too long because people are not going to read it, but there are going to be some people that read it, which is why you want to have it in the first place. So now you know how to create the actual Facebook ad, right? Now, after a Facebook ad, once you launch it, so you might be doing a conversion ad or a lead form ad. Now, we use lead form ads, but you can also do both. And what a lead form is it basically has a lead sheet that collects personal contact information from the lead that filled out the form. This is as simple as a lead sheet should be. It should just ask them for their email, their name, and their phone number. And Facebook will autofill this up for them. And they literally just need a swipe and boom. After you have this, it will literally have the lead form with all their contact information ready for you to download as a CSV from the Facebook Ads Manager. But this is where most people stop, right? See, most dealerships and agencies that you might have worked with actually just stop right here. And what actually ends up happening is these leads get sent to your website after they fill out the form. They might want to check it out. Once they get sent over to your website, they'll scroll through. They'll get lost through all the tabs, all the different cars you have, and they're not going to really want to purchase from you. Or you might try to contact the leads after a while. After you get in 100 leads, you might try to download all the TSV. But what's going to end up happening is those leads might have filled out the form a couple of days prior, a couple hours prior, and they might have just forgotten about it. So that's not really going to work. You might get a spreadsheet of over 100 leads that you might have downloaded, and you don't really know what to do with all those 100 leads. Most of the time, those leads aren't even going to be qualified because, see, the problem with Facebook lead forms is Facebook autofills the information, meaning if they created their account 10 years ago, right, their name, their email, their phone number that they put in at that time is going to be the information that autofills. And if that information has changed, if their email has changed, if their phone number has changed, well, you have incorrect, unqualified contact information. And not only are they unqualified regarding their contact information, they're unqualified regarding if they can even purchase a vehicle, because anybody that's scrolling through social media that can just fill out this form, they can be somebody with 300 credit score. So you don't want that. You want to make sure that these people that actually fill out the form are qualified, which is why we actually implement a landing page. Now, this whole process right here, probably within an hour, we can have all this process set up. Now, everything up until the lead form is good. You should still run the lead form. You will always have to run the lead form, but you should not rely solely on the lead form contact information. Now, what we actually do and what our team actually implements is a landing page. Now, a landing page is very easy. You can also create one yourself. And the reason landing pages are so important is because not only will this further qualify a lead, basically what further qualification means is we're going to have about 10 questions, 10 15 questions for the lead that just came in through the Facebook form. They're going to have to fill out this form, but it's going to have a bit more in-depth questions about what exactly they might be looking for, what their down payment is, what their monthly income is, what vehicle they might be interested in, all the information that you might be interested as a owner or as a salesman to further qualify your leads. This is the information that you want to have on that lead form. On that landing page. And the reason you want to have this information there is so that you know if these people fill out this form, you know if they take that 5-10 extra minutes out their day to fill out this form, you know that they're already interested, they're already a warm, hot lead that's looking to actually purchase and looking to claim it. Now also, this will build more trust with the customer because on your landing page, you're going to have your website. You might have a little video of you talking to them, talking about how you might get in contact with them sooner. Also, this will get you better quality contact information because you're going to have them refill in their name, their email, and their phone number. So you're going to get the most updated version. So you'll know who's a serious buyer because if they take time out their day to fill out this form, you already know they're somewhat interested. After your lead form, you want to send them over to your landing page, but the only way to really send them over is by using your incentive. So a landing page can look something very similar to this. This is obviously not what we run, but this is an example. It's a little demo. It can just ask them for some contact information, and then you can click next and just ask them a few questions, because on the Facebook lead form you can't ask them qualifying questions depending on their purchase because it's discrimination. You can get your ad taken down or even banned. So you definitely don't want to qualify them and ask them any questions on the lead form. And that's the reason you want to send them over to your landing page, because you want to know who you actually want to work with. Let's say they work at McDonald's with $50 saved up and a 300 credit score. That's not really somebody you want to waste your time with. And those are people that can actually fill out this form. But if they're going to fill out the landing page, they're probably more qualified. They're probably more interested. And those are the people that you want to work with. Now, after they fill out this form, it's just going to send them over to a quick confirmation page, which is just going to let them know that you will be reaching out soon. And the reason this is so important, overlooked, is because most of the time when you don't mention that you'll be reaching out soon, what's going to end up happening is when we call them up, when we get in contact with them, they're going to be a little bit surprised, a little bit curious on who's contacting them. They might think it's a scam, but when you let them, beforehand, let them know that you're going to get in contact with them after they fill out the form, they discuss more information, they're going to be more open and more okay with the fact that you're calling them on their busy day. Also, you want to have a confirmation page because you want to give them a scare factor. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, when you run a Facebook ad or a lead form, you want to have some type of incentive like we mentioned in our offer. But if we said everybody can get $200 off their trade-in, that offer is not really going to be that valuable because it's not in demand, it's unlimited. So you want to have a limited factor. Even if you technically don't have a limited factor, you want to have some type of limited factor, which means 1 out of 10 $250 off trade-in coupons, and you have to fill out this whole survey to redeem it. So once you redeem it, you want to have the confirmation page actually tell them that coupon got redeemed, but they only have 14 days to use it, or they only have 30 days to use it, or they only have 2 months to use it, whatever the case may be. You want to have some type of scare factor to let them know that whatever they just claimed will expire in X amount of time, so that they are more inclined to actually purchasing or reaching out to you to actually use what they just claimed. So after they completed all this form, you want to reach out to them. This is very important. You want to reach out to them as soon as possible. And the reason you want to reach out as soon as possible is because that's when it's going to be as fresh on their mind as possible. If you reach out 3 days later, they're not going to remember they even filled out this form. They probably fill out many forms. So you have to reach out to them as soon as possible while they're actually interested, while they're still looking, because you don't know in a couple of days, even a couple hours, they might go elsewhere. So you want to actually contact them as soon as you possibly can. Now, obviously, after you reach out to them, that's where you might ask them any questions you might have, try to book them into an appointment. Now, I'm going to discuss a little bit about what we do and how we can actually take it from here. And this is where we take it a step further to actually get all of our client sales. It's called the STS system, which is software to sales system. Basically means we implement software and AI to actually help you convert that sale. So you can obviously implement this stuff yourself if you want to learn it, but if you want a full in-depth breakdown, I have this completely handled for you. Book in a call with me and let's see if you're even a qualified fit, because if you're not, I'll try to help you out the best I can, send you elsewhere, but if you are, we can see how things go. Anyways, after they fill out this form, right, you can reach out to them, but if you do implement this system, so if you use some type of software to sell, you can obviously send them into your CRM, right? I don't know if y'all might be using a CRM, but this is what our CRM looks like. And the most important thing about a CRM is that it keeps it organized and it keeps track of all your leads and where they are in the sales process. Now, I made a video discussing exactly what the sales process is, whether it's a cold or a warm, hot lead that's ready to purchase. And if you don't keep track of them throughout this process, they're going to end up getting lost and you're not going to end up putting them in the right place that they need to be in. So as soon as a Facebook lead comes in, what we do is we have them go to new leads. And the reason we put them in new leads is because these are just people that filled out the form. They did not fill out the actual survey that we had on our landing page. These are going to be people that we're going to try to get in contact with and let our AI lead them and actually send them over to the landing page so that they can fill out the survey, so we can further qualify them and know if they're people that are interested. So we're not really going to put too much time into these people. Obviously, we're going to get in contact with them, but we can get them to actually fill out the survey. Now, hot leads are going to be people that actually fill out the survey, people that fill out the landing page, and these are going to be people that are actually interested because they took time out their day. And these are going to be the people that we want to get in contact with as soon as possible, because these people are actually interested and they already wasted a lot of their time already to actually fill out that survey. Now, there's multiple steps to the CRM, multiple automations that get implemented in place, but called once basically means we called this person, they might have not answered, and they get put into a certain automation for somebody who doesn't answer. Follow-ups, these are going to be different follow-ups. If you scroll down more, you're going to see more follow-ups in place that we have implemented, but this is the basic CRM. I don't want to get too much into detail on the CRM because every CRM is different, but you want to have a CRM that keeps them in check. So when it comes down to the CRM, we just discuss it. I want to talk about what the steps are in the actual CRM that will actually help you convert to the sale. So this is where you want to implement AI and automation. The reason for this is because you want to look as professional as possible. Once the lead form gets filled out, you want to get in contact with these leads as soon as possible. And the reason you want to do this is because you don't want them to go cold like I mentioned before. So you want to have some type of voicemail drop or automated text that can automatically contact with them. And you want to implement the chatbot to actually answer any questions that they might have or further qualify them so they can get booked in and basically book themselves in. Kind of taking a look at exactly what the automation might look like. It's a little bit blurry, I know it's hard to see, but it's basically going to ask them a few questions. Whether they respond yes or no will depend on where they go in the next buying process. And ultimately, the point is going to be either to get in contact with them on the phone. And if they do get in contact with them on the phone, you want to ultimately book them into an appointment through the automation. Now, the automations are very useful for when they don't answer, because when they don't answer, that's where you want to keep following up with them. If they do answer, they're already somewhat interested, and it's easier to sell on the phone than it is on messages. So you can also implement a complete free chatbot that we get with our system on your website, as well as the actual conversation that we have, so it can further qualify them, answer any question that they might have, and make the process for you as simple as possible, because you don't have to spend any time, you don't have to waste any time talking to these people and further qualifying them. You're just going to have them show up right to your door, booked into an appointment. So the whole point of the automation and AI is to actually, like I said, book them in. And the reason that we do this is it's easier to book them into automation and AI and just have them book in themselves, because most of the time they aren't going to do that. So you want to keep nudging them, you want to keep pushing them into actually booking in. Once we book them in, we actually have a calendar that can get synced up with your calendar, which is very easy because it automatically syncs up with the times that you're free and books them in specifically with the times that you are able to actually have them come in. And these appointment bookings are going to be for a couple reasons. They might be booked appointments for people that are looking to just come in and speak with you, test drive, look at a vehicle, or if they're just ultimately looking to purchase. These are all going to be people that we're going to get booked in your appointment. We have custom appointment books right here, and the whole point is you want to have them fill out their information, book them into a time that you want, and ultimately help them get to that sale. So this whole process is going to be to nurture them and build rapport with the leads, because it's fairly easy nowadays to get a lead, but it's very hard to help convert and actually build trust with that lead, build rapport with that lead, build authority with that lead, and ultimately have them show up to your doorstep. Even when you book an appointment, a lot of times you get a no-shows, which is why automation AI is very useful for that. It comes in very handy throughout the whole sales process, whether it's when a lead comes in fresh to nurture them, as well as even when you book them in to actually follow up with them and remind them of the appointment that they have booked in. Now, once you get the sale, congratulations, because you have now completed the whole sales process. You have completed this whole process of running ads, this whole process of generating leads, this whole process of following up with them, and it basically restarts with the Facebook ad that you generated. So I know this was a lot of information to take in. I know I kind of rushed through it a little bit because I wanted to make this as quick as possible. If you want a full in-depth breakdown of how the whole system works, book in a free call with me in the description, and we can see how we might be able to help you out if you're even a fit. And if you want to do this by yourself, you absolutely can. It just takes some time to set up. You want to look at other competitors, other people that are doing similar things to you, and just take inspiration from what they're doing, implement it, and make it better and unique for you. Other than that, I don't want to take too much of y'all's day. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, or you can actually just DM me on my social media. And other than that, I'll see you on the next one.